Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Again, McCaffrey. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. Here we go with McCaffrey. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The extra point up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 19-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. That's to his running back, complete. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Well, they picked up the first down, but I'm just going to say I didn't like it before the ball was snapped, and I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot, and it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
It wasn't 4th and a yard. There was some meat on that bone.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 44-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill. Alert. 32.
Now Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be two guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
That good for 22 and a first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been four-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. It's complete to Jones. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
61, match box, lights.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Well, the dump-off gets him 9, so now they're in much better shape for third down. On third down, Johnson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Tighten up. Pull it together. Check 3. 51 the mic, boys. 51. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's off.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this will be caught at the 30. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 39 yards there. A big one.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Strip that ball.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Bridgewater. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jamie Collins just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Throwing is Bridgewater. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Going up top. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
It's caught. Jones. 1st down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort, but on 4th down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort picking up the 1st.
And now that team has to be motivated going forward. They just saw a great effort there. They want to make sure it pays off.
Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So they will go for it. Stafford looking downfield for Jones. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. Then the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. 1st down, Bridgewater. What a spin. That's to McCaffrey, complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 1st half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. On third down, Bridgewater. He's going to rifle one deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. They're going to try and throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. Then the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position.
Hey, here we go.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Now the try here for the point after. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The final shot before the break, Stafford. He's going to launch this thing. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful not being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Stafford going to get this one to Johnson. Give him 3 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Spins past him. Kamara's got the first down and then some. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, I'd have to say in that situation, they're lined up for a running play. It's only 3rd and 2. Some element of the pass, but that was really well blocked.
Probably call those gravy plays, right, if you're the offensive coordinator?
No doubt about it. All you're trying to do is get the 2 yards necessary for a first down. Then you look up, you got a whole lot more than that.
Yeah, they did. They got a lot more than that, indeed. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But, Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, 1st and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. They'll run it with Kamara. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soft.
On 4th down, Stafford. And that is going to be incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Cardinal defense comes up with a goal line stand. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And now their defense came through with the goal line stand, got them the ball back. See what they can do about putting a drive together. Long way to go.
They need to reward that defense. A goal line stand, they've got to make that stand up themselves, right? Give the defense a chance to catch their breath on the sidelines. At least get 2 first downs. 3 would be better. Change field position. Let them catch their breath.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad... Throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. A second down throw for Bridgewater. And a catch made by Hopkins. He got 29 yards that time.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DB. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 28. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
by the
time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. McCaffrey with a first down and more. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Christian McCaffrey, his second touchdown of the night as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by one more. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay?
And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 41. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be touchdown, Cardinals. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point safely through. And that will extend this big lead. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust? So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things, and I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers, they probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Stafford throwing on target to Jones.
That's it, baby.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Kamara try the right side. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford, screenplay, Johnson. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They snap it to Stafford. And my goodness, another interception. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
It'll be an Arizona 1st down on a gain of 17.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Tracy Walker in on the tackle.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Here I come. Here I come.
McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or 2 if you have to. Just go down, inbounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game. And it has to drive the coach crazy.
And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 15-yard line. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Wahoo. 51
Bridgewater now. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a fourth quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
Stafford. Now they go screen. It's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 38. We are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Lions take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to... And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 41. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Throwing here, Bridgewater. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Jordan Phillips is the one on the stop.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 13. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling.
And my goodness, another interception. Buda Baker with a pick. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the...
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. One last throw here for Stanford. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Cards, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.